In this video, I'm going to show you how to clean and maintain your car cover. Don't forget to check out the clip at the end of the video for more information on the channel. But in case you don't get a chance to, let me know your feelings. Share it on the video. That means liking, disliking, commenting, and subscribing. Let me know what you think, and that also helps the channel grow too. First question is, do you really need to clean your car cover? Well, see, that depends on where it is, but generally, yes. I mean, if you have it parked even in an enclosed area, let's just say you have it parked in a basement area, a building, anything like that. You can have dust, debris, stuff that comes off from the ceilings of the building, and it could build up on there, and you want to clean that off. Or, for example, if some of you've seen my videos, it's parked up in my house, right at the back at the end of my driveway. It's kind of in a sheltered area, but still, you get some animals that come in, things like that. And unfortunately, you get things like this that happen on it. It's pretty dirty. Protects the car. The car would have got hit with all this stuff. But you can see that it definitely needs a cleaning. Alright, so what do you need to get this job done? A vacuum of any sort would good. A shop vac is really good, but even just a regular household vac or something like that would do. At least a small bucket with a sponge of some sort. A microfiber sponge will work really well. You need some water, a hose, anything like that. This is just representing, obviously, you have a hose attached. Some sort of cleaner, even an interior cleaner, anything like that. Spot lifter, stain remover, anything like that is good. So microfiber cloths. A scrub brush. You don't want something too aggressive, because you'll see when we're using the spot cleaner, and even with a little bit of the detergent and stuff like that, this is going to be using to kind of scrub into the car cover. And as you see, I'm doing this on the car. So you don't want something that's going to be too aggressive or damage it, or if you're going to use it, you want to make sure you're lifting it up. We'll go through all that after. You need some sort of detergent, and depending on how dirty it is, you may need a large bucket. This is optional though. Additionally, you'll need somewhere where you're able to actually hang it up. So clothesline or something like that. If you have a big couch or something, but I don't know if you want to be hanging that on there. But you just need somewhere you can hang it to air dry. Speaking of why you need to do that, just to make sure to point out, you don't want to use a dryer on this. Even on tumble dry or anything like that, it can get tangled up in there. Plus the heat can damage some of the fibers and stuff like that, depending on the quality of the car cover and everything. So you don't want to be putting in any type of dryer, even if you go to a commercial area or anything. And speaking of commercial, obviously this video is showing how to do it yourself. If you don't want to take any of the two methods I'll be showing you in this video, you can use it in a washer. You want to make sure you're just using regular detergent, mild detergent, nothing like that. No additional stuff. Some of them, you have like the drop-in stuff that the Tide Pods or whatever like that. Those have fabric softener and everything. You don't want any fabric softener in there. You also don't want to be using a top-down washer when we reload from the top, because it has a central agitator. That's that thing in the middle, and when that's spinning and moving around, it can actually tangle it up and kind of even ruin the car cover. So you don't want to be putting in there. If you're going to be doing it, not any of these methods, but you just want to know how you can get it clean otherwise, you bring it to a commercial place that has a commercial washer that has a delicate setting, and you want to put it in there. Last thing before we get right into it, just a couple of other quick reminders. Make sure you're doing this on a nice cool day, or if it's a hot day, you make sure you're doing it in a shaded area. And also plan on washing your car after. We're doing this on the car. So any of the water, the soaps, the stain cleaners, everything will be going there and could seep through. You want to wash the car afterwards. Additionally, of course, if you don't want to do it on the car, you just need somewhere where you can actually set it up and it can be taut, like put over something. Like if you have a few chairs, lawn chairs, whatever it is, something where you can kind of set it out. I've tried cleaning it before on clotheslines, and I find it very awkward and hard to do. And I find cleaning on the car better, but you do have to take some caution when doing that for sure. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're going to do a vacuum of the whole car cover itself. Again, exercising caution. You don't want to be digging this in, like really pressing it in, because you don't want this to be scratching up the finish of your car or anything like that. But you just want to be rubbing it along, picking up anything that may be on there. And this includes, for example, as I mentioned, if it's in a parking garage or anything, any dust, debris, anything that's fallen off the roof, anything like that. And of course, if it's like outdoors like my car, any animal hair, pollen, anything that could be embedded in there that could hinder your cleaning process after. So I'm just going to put on the vacuum and do this very quickly here. Alright, so I'm going to stop at the hood. Obviously, I'm not going to do the whole car. I don't think you need to see that. You get the idea. We're just rubbing the vacuum along, picking up any debris that's on there, getting all that off so you can wash and you have a much better surface to work with. Okay, so now we're going to go into the next step, which is actually using the stain remover and everything to try and take out the major stains. To point out, now, I showed you that scrub brush before. This is the time to use it if the stains are really, really stubborn. What you want to start off with, though, is you want to start off with your cleaner, whatever it is, and some microfiber cloth. Oh, it's blowing in the wind there. And you just kind of spray in areas. You don't overspray, don't cover too much area at once. Focus on areas bit by bit. Kind of almost plan an attack. Say, okay, I'm going to do this section here. I'm going to do that section back there. I'm going to do this section over here. You know, kind of work it out. That way you're not covering too much area. It doesn't dry too much, especially if the weather is kind of warm or anything. So we're just going to start off. And then you take your microfiber cloth. Okay, put that down. That there. Looks like the nozzle's giving a little problem there, but that's okay. It'll work. Right, and you work out all the major stains, as you can see what I've done there, and then you do that for the whole thing. One thing to point out to you now, depending on what you're working with. So if you're working in, you know, a storage area or anything like that, and this is what you're encountering, it's just dust and stuff, then you may not even need to do this. You know, you just have that top debris, and then you can give it a wash after, which we'll get next step. But for example, mine, you can see that it's also got some, this is stuff that's from animals and stuff. Nothing leaks in my area, so it's all from animal stuff. So one thing to point out is you may want to be wearing some gloves or something, because this is going to be various levels of animal fluids or anything like that, right? So I'm actually going to put on some gloves to do the rest of this. But as you can see, it did make a difference just cleaning that one spot. You want to spot the big areas. You know, little small areas, you'll get that with the wash after, but the big areas is where you want to hit. So now that you've done the spot cleaning, and actually, how about I show you that quick? Just getting the major stains, but not worrying about the little stuff, like stuff up here. You know, the main washing is going to get that. It's just the bigger stains, if you happen to have any. Now that we've done that, though, we're going to move on to spraying the car down in preparation of getting your mild detergent and everything that and washing over. At the same time, by spraying it down, you're washing off that stain cleaner and everything as well. So you don't need an aggressive setting, don't need a power washer that'll blow it right off and everything like that. Just like a good shower setting, anything will suffice. It's about getting it wet, but you don't need to oversaturate it either. It's just getting it moist so you can, when you apply the soap and everything, the soap can do what it needs to do. Normally when I wash a car, I put a little bit of water, put the soap in, and then I spray it with more water, the hose and everything, to really get the foams going and everything, get it really agitated. In this case here though, I'm not going to be doing that. I've actually poured the water in, and then I apply the mild detergent. So something like Palmolive or something like that. Not too much. Let's put that in there, and then use the sponge to kind of mix up a bit, and then you're ready to go. All right, so just like you would if you're washing your car or anything like that, you start from the top and you work your way down. I'm not going to show you the whole car, obviously you'll get the idea, but I'm just going to sample the roof and the boot lid. Microfiber sponge. That's it. That's all I got to show you. You get the idea. You do the whole car like that. All right. So I've now completely scrubbed down the complete car cover. It's actually clean. If you look at it, actually I'll show you after. It looks really, really good. So now you rinse off just like you would a car wash, right? Now that we go on, it's just the amount of rinsing off the car as you would, you know. At this point, you have to leave it to dry for a little bit on the car. This is why I say to make sure you're planning on washing the car right after, because when you take this off, this water is going to be seeping through there. Depending even how waterproof it is and how thick it is, either way, some water could get through and most likely will get through. So you want to make sure you're accounting for that as well. Otherwise, your car's going to look kind of ugly when it's done. Actually, here, I'll show you. All right. That water went right through. So of course you're going to leave that on there. You don't want to just dry off either. You want to follow proper car washing procedures. But you can see the difference that's on here now. Now, after you leave this to dry for a little bit, if it, for whatever reason, got really dirty, now hopefully if you're storing your car, you actually have gone and washed the car and everything beforehand. But let's just say you didn't, whatever happened, anything like that, underneath it's dirty, or some of whatever it is has seeped through. Like you saw, for example, there was what I suspect is animal urine or something on there, and it's seeped through. Then after this is dried just a bit, not too much, you can flip it over and around. So you take it off. Good to have a helper, because you obviously don't want to get this nice clean cover now onto the ground, depending where you're working or anything like that. Flip it inside out and put it back onto the car. And the reason you do this last instead of doing it at the beginning is because this is what's going to get hit with most of the stuff, right? This is what's going to get everything. So if you go and flip this first, clean the inside first, and then do the outside, then any contaminants, anything on here, dust, dirt, anything, it's going to make direct contact with the paint of your car, and it's going to scratch and ruin your finish. So you definitely want to do the outside first, get everything off of here as best as possible, as much as possible, make it look good, then flip it over. So now let's just say you've gone and you've cleaned it, or even have assessed it before, and it's not going to get clean with this. Now this should clean 95% of your car covers out there, whoever's watching this video. This should cover most, and you should be able to get it clean, looking brand new and everything. When this dries, it's going to look excellent when it's done. But let's just say it's really stained, something happened, something spilled when it was parked, or anything like that, and you can't just come up with these methods. Well, that's where you can go to the bucket. Now, having a bucket like this is ideal. However, if you can't get a bucket like this, even something like a baby's bathtub, you can buy at Walmart or Amazon or something like that. That works really well, a good size one. Even using your own bathtub, if you're comfortable with that. Some people I know may not be comfortable with having something that's been really stained. Obviously, if this can't clean it, it's really stained, and then putting it in their bathtub. But that can work as well. It's whatever works for you, all right? So this is another thing. Now I'm going to show you this. I'm not going to bother show it to you because obviously this is work. This looks clean. But let's just say it was really, really dirty. You'd fill this up with water, and you wouldn't just use, now, you saw before I used regular dish soap, which again works for the job, for a light cleaning like what we did there. But if you're going to fill this bucket up, and you're going to take, the idea is you're taking that car cover, and you're putting it in there, and then you're going to scrub it with a brush, you're going to agitate it out, then you don't want to be using just a regular dish soap. You're definitely going to want to use mild laundry detergent. So you fill this up, put your detergent in, just like if you're doing your laundry. Grab a microfiber brush, grab that blue scrub brush or something like that, and scrub away as you need to. As the water gets dirty, empty it and refill it. This is only a last resort though, for a couple reasons. One, putting that in there and really drenching and soaking it, I'm not a big fan of doing that for your car covers. Two is it's not exactly the most environmentally friendly, right? I mean, you're filling this all up with water, scrubbing, go with it, dumping all that water out, putting fresh water in, scrub, and you may have to do this 2 or 3 times. That's a fair bit of water. So for some people it works, some people it doesn't, but sometimes drastic times call for drastic measures, right? If your car cover is really that dirty, do what you got to do. So now you've hung it out to dry. It's obviously not dry right now. I'm still filming the video. I will be hanging it to dry, and after it's done, what do you do after that? Right. Well, first you want to make sure it's completely dry. If you store it up and it's still a little bit moist, anyone who's stored any type of moist laundry or anything like that knows what happens. It's gonna get that smell. It's gonna get that musty sort of smell. Could even develop mold because, for example, I'll be putting this away when it's all done, and I'm not pulling that back out really until the fall time. So it's gonna be good there for what, a good 6 months or so. If that's in there for 6 months and it's still moist, you can open it up, be moldy, it's going to smell bad. So you want to make sure it's completely dry. Additionally, as you can see, this does all car covers, well, I shouldn't say all, majority of the car covers that come have some sort of waterproof properties. They're either coated with something that helps with being waterproof, or in itself is waterproof due to the materials, whatever the case is. But obviously with dirt and everything getting on there, you washing it off, all these things could take off, especially if it's got a coating, could take that off. So it wouldn't hurt after it's done to, again, if you have an outdoor clothesline, if you have something, for example, some benches like that, you can kind of rung it up when it's obviously not wet, when it's dry. Or even on the car, although I don't necessarily recommend that. Find a way to get it taut, get it stretched out over whatever it is, whether it be the clothesline, whatever. And just get something like a can of, you'll probably use about a can of spray guard, a Scotch guard, some type of protectant, water repellent, anything like that. And you just want to gently spray. You don't have to go nuts on it. You're not talking about coating it and going like crazy. It's still going to have a lot of its waterproof properties, but it will lose some over time, and it will lose some as you clean it year over year. So you just want to coat it to kind of enrich in it and keep it like, keep the waterproof elements of it, because that's going to be very important for when you put it on in the fall, especially if you're exposed to certain elements or something, or animals. So, you want to make sure you're kind of covering it to protect it. And after that, you're all done. This car cover, you leave it for a bit, of course. Let that soak in. Don't just spray it and then throw it away. Let it soak in, let it permeate. Don't drench it, just a light coat. And then you're all done. And your car is all set. Now the YouTube stuff. I always love a great feedback, so make sure right off the bat to subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. Now, if you like something on the channel, definitely like it. Give it that thumbs up. If you disliked it, thumbs down for sure. But let me know why. That's what the comment section are for. And whatever it is, if you like something, then I know it's working. And if you dislike something, then I know something didn't. But let me know why, so I can continue to build a channel and make it better for me and for you. Aside from that, commenting is great too. So if there's something you can do better, something you can do different, any tips for other viewers, I'm all about that too. So make sure to put that in there. If you have a question about something that's maybe not even related directly to the video, leave that for me as well. Other than that, I want to thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all next video.